so nice to see you today, and I hope you are doing well. I'm excited to share this video with you because I'm just excited that I'm almost finished with this room that I decided to turn into a closet for myself. And I was really excited that my husband Joe got on board with it. Our home is older. It was built in 1927. And because of that, the closets are smaller. The rooms are actually smaller. And of course, we could do a renovation and create a more open space, but we actually love the charm of the home. However, because I had this room that was not really being utilized that much, I came up with the idea of having it as one of my closet spaces so that I didn't have clothes in a couple of other closets. And so that's what I'm going to share with you. One of the things that was really fun for me was to utilize what I had, which was a dresser, a sewing chest, a mirror. So I used chalk paint on the dresser and I repainted the jewelry chest. I touched up the mirror and I also touched up one of the chairs that I'm using. Things are always evolving with me, and I'm sure in a couple of months the room will look a little bit different as I add this or take away that. But that's part of the fun for me to do that. That being said, of course, I had to purchase a couple of things, and one of them was the shelf behind me. And I found a reasonably priced one for under $200 on Amazon. It's, I will try to link it below, but it's the VP5 or VP something 5, I think. And it just seemed that it would work for me. You could really just have this wide range. If you had this wide range budget you could work with, of course, you could go way out from what I put together to the fancier California closets. However, this was really perfect for me, especially because I did have some dressers that I could use and a mirror and a couple of things that I could just use as part of the decor for the room. And I'm still bringing in clothes, so this isn't all my clothes. However, I have a good idea of where I'm going to space things, and I thought I would share that with you today. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me first begin with what I have on today. I'm wearing Steve Madden low top sneakers, and they are a leather print. They are very comfortable to wear, and I find myself gravitating to them for fun. My pants are activewear by a brand called Marrakesh, and I purchased them at a store here along the Oregon coast. It's called Fred Meyer. I'm not sure if these stores are throughout the States or not. And these are very comfortable. Camuto sweater that I purchased at Ross. So now, this is the door that comes into my closet area. And I really enjoy the space. This is the mirror that I painted, went over with some chalk paint, and I think it came out very nicely. Originally, I had used gold, and I just wasn't that crazy about it because it looked kind of brownish, and so then I painted over everything just the white. I had this picture. Actually, a friend of mine had given it to me a couple of years ago, and I saved it. I love having a basement now because I put a few things in the basement that I'm not temporarily using, and sometimes I go back to them and bring them back upstairs and use them for other areas of our home. This chair I've had for quite a while, and I ended up just painting over it very lightly, again with the chalk paint. And I had made this pillow with some fabric that I actually had when I still lived in California. And I just covered a pillow. However, I did paint the chair also. Here is the shelf that I had purchased at the garage sale most recently, and it worked very nicely with housing my shoes. I have inserted a little shoe rack in there, and then I have a shelf where I'm just putting little trinkets, my jewelry, some of my jewelry, a small book, a scarf. And I actually just purchased this jewelry holder most recently, and I found it at Ross. On this shelf, I'm imagining a few more sweaters, and then I just put a few of my smaller perfumes next to them. On the next shelf, I thought it would be nice to put a few purses. Again, these aren't all my purses, and it's just the beginning of how I think I'm going to be using these shelves for space. I have a summer bag and then a little bag that we had picked up when we were in Paris. There is sort of a Parisian theme going on in here. Not too much though, just a little bit for that special touch. And then these are the clothes that I've put on my rack so far. Again, I am just in the early stages of organizing everything. My husband put the shelves together for me, and I think he did such a fabulous job. I did switch out my hangers, and I purchased a bulk where they came in shades of pink. So that took a little bit of time to switch out all the clothes from one color of hanger to the other. However, I think it looks nice and uniform. I went ahead and placed some of my boots here. And then on the next shelf, I placed a few smaller purses, a couple of pairs of jeans. For now, one of my hats, and I actually placed another hat here. However, that's probably going to be removed, and I'm not sure what I will put there. Because this room used to be a guest room, I also had a sewing machine in the room on a dresser that I will show you in just a minute. So what I did is I covered the sewing machine and I placed it right here. So it's very accessible for when I do want to sew. I put my higher boots back here, along with just a small collection of similar color black tops and dresses. Here I placed a few blouses and my extra hangers. This was a shopping bag that I had purchased when I was in Nantucket on one of my visits. And because it's one of my favorite places, I like to be reminded of that lovely destination place in this closet. So let me step back. And show you what the space looks like from the other side. You can see that there's quite a nice amount of room here. An area rug, and again, I've had this rug for years and I've just saved it because I liked it. My husband thinks I should get a new one, but I told him I think it is just perfect for now. And the curtains are called Rose Cabbage or Cabbage Rose. I apologize, I can't remember, but I had ordered them a couple of years ago online. I love the pattern of them also. This little container was purchased at a small boutique in Bandon, Oregon. It's a small coastal town, and the little pillow was also. The shop is called Sweet Peas, and it's one of my favorite shops here along the Oregon coast. Let me take you around to the other side of the room. So here is one of those dressers that I shared with you about, and I've had this for years also. Currently in the drawers, I have material and also threads for sewing, spools of thread for sewing, and one of the desk drawers holds more office-like things, little note cards and things like that, because I can use this as a multi-purpose area. This little picture here I've had for many years, and it too was in my basement, and I went through my pictures down there, found it, and thought it would be just perfect for this little space. The clock was purchased at Real Deals. And the hydrangeas are from a friend's garden that I just helped out at a garage sale this past weekend. This little calendar is from Susan Wallace Barnes. I love her artwork. And these two pieces of art were two of the few pieces I actually brought with me from California 7 years ago when we came here, and we had purchased them in Paris, France when we went there about 10 years ago, and I just always loved them, and I thought they would be perfectly happy right there on that wall. So this is the jewelry dresser that I was talking about, and it was oak. I think it was oak, some kind of wood. At first, I had it in the bedroom, and I didn't paint it for over a year, which is really good for me. However, when I decided to do this closet, I thought, well, this would be just perfect for me to paint, and everything fits so nicely. And then this is a door, actually. There's a lot of doors in this house. This is a door that actually goes to an attic. And to the left is another door, which is actually a closet. It's a very small closet. And I have like the ironing board and a few extra pillows in there. And then this is the door that goes out to the upstairs and then leads you to the master bedroom. So all in all, I think everything came out very nicely, and I have ordered a few more pieces for this room, and I hope to get them sometime within the next couple of weeks. Until then, I will thoroughly enjoy this dressing room, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that perhaps you too were inspired to make a little bit of an extra space for you, because after all, we all need a special space that we can go to. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time.